take decisions, to make laws in India's favor. But let's now talk a little more in detail about the significance and the importance of the Rajdand or the Brahmadand, the Sengol.
सकल प्रतिबंधक निवृत्ति पूर्वकम सफलता सिद्ध्यर्थम सर्वत्र विजयार्थम
प्रधानमंत्री अभी गणपति होम में
कार्याणाम सकल प्रतिबंधक निवृत्ति पूर्वकम सफलता सिद्ध्यर्थम सर्वत्र विजयार्थम सर्वेषां जनानां सुख संतोषाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम.
Looking at these images of the festivities that took place or the religious ceremonies that took place, the second part is all about the festivities around the inauguration. Of course, there's boycott by 20 opposition parties. There are also 25 political parties that are attending this event. The stage is set for the inauguration of the state-of-the-art new Parliament building by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The inauguration included that grand puja, installation of the Sengol inside the Lok Sabha, and of course there will be a commemorative coin of 75 rupees that will be released to mark the inauguration ceremony. The new Parliament building is a 4-story triangular building. It's been built alongside the new old Parliament. It has a built-up area of about 65,000 square meters. Based on the theme, the Lok Sabha incidentally is based on the theme of peacock, the national bird. It's 3 times larger. It can seat 888 members. The Rajya Sabha will be able to seat 384 members in the House of Elders. The new Parliament building also ensures, according to the government, optimal utilization of space. It has new audio-video communication systems, a VIP lounge, a massive library for members, and other modern facilities that were lacking in the old Parliament building.
It is a matter of great pride and honor for our country and each one of us. It is not a matter of controversy. Keeping all our differences aside, let's come together as a nation and celebrate this festival of democracy. Let us all witness this historic and proud moment that celebrates India and its democracy.
अपोजिशन अननेसेसरी अपोज कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि जब खुद प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी और लोकसभा स्पीकर इन्होंने ही इसका फाउंडेशन स्टोन डाला था और वही आज खुद होके वो लोकार्पण कर रहे हैं, तो इस कार्यक्रम में अपोजिशन करने के लिए, क्योंकि 2024 का इलेक्शंस नज़दीक आ रहा है, तो अननेसेसरी लोगों को इस इशू पे अपोजिशन भड़का रहा है.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also unveil a special 75 rupee coin on Sunday, now to mark the inauguration of the new Parliament building. This is a commemorative coin to mark 75 years of India's independence. India today has access to exclusive details about this coin. Let me get you more in this report.
On Sunday, India gets its new parliament. And to commemorate the inauguration, a special 75 rupee coin will also be launched by the Prime Minister. The commemorative coin will serve as a tribute to India, celebrating 75 years of independence. India today has access to exclusive details of what this commemorative coin will look like. The front face of the coin will bear the lion capital of Ashok pillar in the center with the legend Satyamev Jayate inscribed below, flanked on the left with the word Bharat in Devanagari script and on the right with India in English. The reverse side of the coin will have the image of Parliament complex. The inscription Sansad Sankul will be written in Devanagari script above and Parliament complex in English written below. The year 2023 in international numeral will be inscribed below the image of Parliament complex. That's not all. The new 75 rupee coin will weigh 33 grams and will be made of 50% silver, 40% copper, 5% nickel, and 5% zinc. New India's new parliament and new coin to mark the momentous occasion. With Munish Pandey in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reacted. He's just put out a tweet on social media platform Twitter on the new parliament. He said, as the new building of India's parliament is inaugurated, our hearts and minds are filled with pride, hope and promise. May this iconic building be a cradle of empowerment, igniting dreams and nurturing them into reality. May it propel our great nation to new heights of progress. And you're looking at that image of the new parliament, state-of-the-art computers installed in both houses of parliament, new library, new offices, new lounges. And the Prime Minister says it fills, as the new building of India's parliament is inaugurated, our hearts and minds are filled with pride, hope and promise. May this iconic building be a cradle of empowerment, igniting dreams and nurturing them into reality. May it propel our great nation to new heights of progress. आज के दिन हम सभी भारतवासियों के लिए अविस्मरणीय है। संसद का नया भवन हम सभी को गर्व और उम्मीदों से भर देने वाला है। मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है कि यह दिव्य और भव्य इमारत जन जन के सशक्तिकरण के साथ ही राष्ट्र की समृद्धि और सामर्थ्य को नई गति और शक्ति प्रदान करेगी। I once again want to cut across to India Today's Mosmi Singh. Mosmi, you're looking at all the leaders who are quickly going in, because just about 20 minutes for the Prime Minister's Man Ki Baat, and in a way he's put out a part of his Man Ki Baat on Twitter.
Yes, Gaurav, and he's put out 4 pictures also along with that tweet. One, inaugurating the parliament, the other inside the Lok Sabha, that's based on the peacock theme, and the third picture is with the Sengol and all the priests and Lok Sabha speaker right there in the picture, and then the Prime Minister in between, standing in between the path of the new building and the old building. So 96 years old is the new old building, and now the new building, as the Prime Minister says, is a futuristic building, and it will propel the country to new heights and progress. So thereby, dedicating this entire historic moment to the people of this country, the Prime Minister putting out a tweet after the inauguration of the new building. You rightly said that he would be going into Man Ki Baat with this spring in his steps and this note clearly dedicating it to the countrymen. And where the glimpse of it we saw when he was in fact honoring all the Shramjeevis who had participated and in fact toiled to construct this building in a record time.
They indeed did, and we were watching that. So what is this new parliament all about? Let's tell our viewers how this new parliament is very different, bigger, better, more modern compared to the old one, of course, that was built 96 years ago. This new parliament can seat 888 members in the Lok Sabha, as against about 550 in the previous Lok Sabha. If we were to talk about Rajya Sabha, 384 in the Rajya Sabha or in the new Rajya Sabha as compared to about 250 in the old Rajya Sabha. So in all, about 1,200 members of parliament in both houses of parliament in this new building. It has a grand constitution hall. You can look at that constitution. In that constitution hall, it's also been digitized. Apart from the grand constitution hall, it has various other halls. There are also the 3 national symbols, very, very prominent in the new parliament. For example, you have the lotus, India's national flower, you have the peacock, and you have the banyan tree, which is etched. The three main gates of this Lok Sabha, and you must hear their names. It is the Karm Dwar, the Kartavya. You're told about, remember the Kartavya Path, there is a Karm Dwar, there is a Shakti Dwar, there is also the Gyan Dwar in this parliament. Of course, these are the three entrances. Now, even in the old parliament, you had a lot of scriptures and quotes, for example, from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Even in the new parliament, the culture, the tradition, the history of our country is reflected. And from every state, you have something or the other that's been taken, because this is the symbol of India. It started with auspicious chants. I quickly now want to cut across to India Today's Jitendra Bahadur Singh, who was on board that bus when the religious seers from Tamil Nadu were brought in and went back. Let's listen in.
जिन लोगों ने सेंगोल को समर्पित किया था प्रधानमंत्री को, उसके बाद स्थापित किया गया, किस तरीके से पूरी प्रक्रिया अपनाई गई?
तो ये है, हम तमिलनाडु के जो अधीनम परंपरा है, उस परंपरा से 21 अधीनम्स को हमने इनवाइट किया था। तो 21 अधीनम ने तिरुवावड़ुतुरे स्वामी जी और धर्मपुरम जो अधीनम है, उन्होंने यहाँ और सभी ने सेंगोल का विधिवत पूजा किया है और प्रधानमंत्री को सौंपा है, जिसके बाद उसको विधिवत में पार्लियामेंट भवन में इसको प्रतिष्ठापित किया गया है।
यहाँ पर गुरु जी कहाँ पर मौजूद हैं जो अधीनम?
ये सारे के सारे तमिलनाडु के अधीनम परंपरा है, जिसके 21 अलग अलग पीठ हैं। तो उस पीठ के ये प्रमुख स्वामी जी लोग हैं, जिनको अधीनम बोला जाता है तमिलनाडु में। तो वहाँ से इनको बुलाया गया, आमंत्रित किया गया है। तो ये लोग विधिवत इसकी पूजा अर्चना करके संसद भवन में प्रधानमंत्री को सौंपे और संसद भवन में इसकी प्रतिष्ठापना हुई है। और इनके साथ 9 जो जूनियर स्वामी जी होते हैं, इनके असिस्ट करने वाले वो भी हैं, और नादस्वरम की एक टीम है और ओदवार की एक टीम है। कुल मिलाकर के आज लगभग 41 लोग जो हैं संसद भवन में प्रवेश किया और उनके सानिध्य में ये सारा का पूजा पाठ का संपन्न हुआ है।
So let's now get you details about how the Senegal has finally found its pride of place, as the Prime Minister said in Lok Sabha. 4 images on your television screen. The Prime Minister said the Senegal was forgotten since 1947. It's now been installed in Lok Sabha. There was a ceremony in the new parliament where the seers blessed the Senegal and the Prime Minister. This Senegal, if you look at that image to the left, was presented to independent India's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, in 1947. Now, this is, of course, an AI-engaged photo of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, an AI-engaged photograph of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru with the Senegal. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also said that this Senegal was kept at Anand Bhavan Museum and dismissed as a golden walking stick presented to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. It's finally found its pride of place. So till a few days back, most of India hadn't even heard of the Senegal, a symbol of sovereignty, a symbol of righteousness, a symbol of transfer of power in the times of the Chola Empire. But that has now just been revived. Here's a look at the journey of the Senegal, or the Raj Dand, from the time of the Cholas to the time that it was handed over to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, to its relegation to Anand Bhavan Museum in Prayagraj as a golden walking stick, to finally now when it's found its pride of place in Lok Sabha.
Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.
This landmark tryst carries a backstory. A backstory rarely told. A backstory that dates back to the Chola Empire. a Tamil dynasty that originated in the Kaveri Valley and ruled the region for over 500 years until the 13th century. Just before the Union Jack came down and 300 years of British rule ended. The transfer of power was emblematically encapsulated in a Tamil ceremony. Priests from prominent Tamil mutts carried a 5-foot scepter, sprinkled it with holy water, and handed it to Pandit Nehru at his Delhi home at sunset on August 14th. This wasn't an ordinary symbol of sovereignty. Called Sengol, derived from the Sanskrit word shankh or a conch, surmounted by a carving of Nandi, Shiva's sacred bull. The golden staff, made by craftsmen in what was then called Madras, was modelled after the wand that the Chola kings would hand to their successors. The choice wasn't random. It was the outcome of deep thoughts and research. Pandit Nehru turned to freedom fighter C. Rajagopalachari for suggestions regarding a symbol for the transfer of power from the British to the Indians. Rajagopalachari found the answer in history. He contacted a leading mutt down south to create the Sengol of the Chola tradition. Its seer then commissioned the job to the famous Vumidi Bangaru jewelers.
The scepter was done by my great-grandfather and my grandfather. So, I mean, even just to make the replica itself is like such a proud moment for us. I could have imagined how it would have felt for them, because they actually symbolized the transfer of power. And it's a great honor for my family to have been able to make this and give it to our government at that day.
The Sengol was rebuilt in 30 days.
It was not lost. I think it went down memory lane. So we didn't know where it was. Thanks to, I think, the media Ananda Vigadan, it was revived. It was known. And then one of our family clan took the effort of backtracking it and seeing it in Allahabad, sending people there and going through the whole process.
Revived from the Chola region, handed to independent India's first Prime Minister. Mislabeled in a museum as Pandit Nehru's walking stick. The historic Sengol story has come a full circle in 2023. Bureau Report, India Today.
So the Prime Minister says this new Parliament building will be all about the aspirations of the nation, building a strong nation. But what are our superstars saying? Let's cut across and listen in to Akshay Kumar, to Anupam Kher, to other reactions that are coming in from the Hindi film industry.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम अक्षय कुमार और हर उस इंसान की तरह जिसे भारत और उसके तरक्की पे गर्व है, मुझे इस नई पार्लियामेंट बिल्डिंग की तस्वीरें देख के एक अलग ही खुशी मिल रही है। मुझे याद है दिल्ली में जब मैं रहता था और अपने माता पिता के साथ इंडिया गेट और उसके आसपास घूमने जाता था, तो ज्यादातर बिल्डिंगें अंग्रेजों की बनाई हुई दिखती थी। Today, on seeing this brand new building, my heart is filled with pride. The Indian Parliament is the temple of democracy. ये एक नए भारत की पहचान है। ऐसा हिंदुस्तान जो न सिर्फ कल्चर और हेरिटेज में सबसे आगे रहा है, पर अब अपने प्रोग्रेस से, तरक्की से सारी दुनिया से आगे बढ़ रहा है। जब आप इस पार्लियामेंट बिल्डिंग को देखें तो जरूर याद रखिएगा कि हमारा देश कहां था और कहां आगे निकल गया है। Today is a moment of glory. It is a moment of pride. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to congratulate the Honorable Prime Minister for making this day possible. God bless India with more and more progress in the years to come. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
ये भवन सिर्फ एक भवन नहीं, ये ठिकाना है 140 करोड़ देशवासियों के सपनों का। ये प्रतीक है उनकी आशाओं का, ये हस्ताक्षर है उनके स्वाभिमान का, ये जय घोष है दुनिया के सबसे बड़े जनतंत्र का, ये मंदिर है हमारे लोकतंत्र का। इसकी नींव में वसुधैव कुटुंबकम का भाव है, इसकी ईंट ईंट दुनिया से हमारा संवाद है। इसकी दीवारें हमारी आस्था से अटूट हैं, इसकी छत हमारी एकता का मूर्त रूप है। ये दिखाता है कि इंडिया कितना यंग है, ये बताता है हमारी चाहतों में कितना